The skyline of West City glitters under the sun, towers of steel and glass casting shadows over bustling streets. We overlook Capsule Corporation, where the hum of machinery and the clatter of tools signal another long day of innovation. Inside, Bulma bends over a workstation, blue hair tied back, sparks dancing from her latest project. At her side, the Pilaf gang, now in their teenage bodies, shuffle about with mixed levels of enthusiasm. Pilaf waves a wrench like it's a royal scepter. Mai files her nails in between tasks, and Shu struggles to lift a toolbox twice his size. Pilaf puffed out his chest and waved a wrench like a royal scepter. Fear not, Lady Bulma. With my genius and your lesser genius, this contraption will certainly be unmatched. Mai rolled her eyes, flicking her nails against the workbench. You said the same thing about that rice cooker you blew up last week. Shu grunted as he lunged over a toolbox. We're still finding rice in the vents. It's everywhere. Bulma let out a long sigh, tightening a bolt with quick precision. Focus, you three. I don't need more smoke clouds in my lab. What I'm building isn't a toy. This is years of work coming together. Her eyes gleamed with determination as the machinery whirred to life. Bulma's device is no ordinary suit. Its arms and legs will reinforce her body with layered machinery, letting her strike harder and block incoming force. A shimmering barrier born from nanotech could feed on the very blasts hurled against it. On paper, it could withstand attacks at a level rivaling Gotenks at their prime. But the real secret was a time dilation module. It slowed the world itself just enough for a human to react to gods. And if we Cerberus ever caught wind of it. Mai leaned in close, her voice dropping. Bulma, didn't we Cerberus forbid time travel? Bulma snapped back instantly, waving her hands in a hush. Shh! Do you want them barging in here and destroying all my work? Keep it quiet. Pilaf puffed out his chest. Don't worry, if anyone asks, we'll say it was my idea. Shu's eyes went wide, ears flattening as he shook his head. That makes it worse. Way worse. Bulma groaned and pinched the bridge of her nose. She knew she was on dangerous ground, but that had never stopped her before. The lab door slid open with a hiss, and Dr. Hedo waddled in proudly, rolling a bulky control console behind him. Perfect timing, everyone. Behold, the West City Defense Force. 4 android units led by Gamma 1 himself. On the screen behind him, the androids appeared, standing tall, capes fluttering in the artificial wind. Pilaf leapt up, clapping wildly. Yes! Justice marches on. Mai, deadpanned, arms crossed, or stumbles into another disaster. Bulma glanced up briefly, barely distracted from her work. Impressive, Hedo. Now send them out. Gamma can handle the field test. Hedo grinned ear to ear and hit a button on his console. Outside, 4 androids rocketed into the skies above West City, their jet trails streaking across the clouds. Citizens looked up in awe as Justice began its first patrol. Inside, though, Bulma returned to her console, fingers dancing over the keys, her mind fixed not on androids, but on the forbidden power she was weaving into her own hands. The afternoon bell rang at Blue Hall High School in West City, the campus spilling over with students eager to escape the day's lessons. At the gates, Trunks stretched with his hands behind his head while Goten jogged to catch up, his bag slung over one shoulder. Trunks smirked. Another day down at Blue Hall, huh? Feels weird knowing we're weeks away from never coming back. Goten grinned. Speak for yourself. I'm just glad no more cram sessions. Graduation's gonna feel like freedom. Yeah, freedom and responsibility, Trunks muttered, glancing towards the city skyline. So, you up for patrol tonight? A sudden shadow swept over the schoolyard, cutting off their talk. Students craned their necks as Gamma 1 and the new patrol mech soared across the West City sky, gleaming in the sunlight. Trunks' eyes went wide. Wait, what the? Since when do we have mech squads flying around? Without hesitation, the boy shot into the sky, intercepting the formation mid-flight. Gamma, what's the deal with this? Trunks barked. Gamma 1's expression didn't change. West City Defense Initiative. 4 patrol units, 24-hour coverage. Authorized by Dr. Hedo and Capsule Corp. Capsule Corp? Trunks bristled. Mom didn't say. Gamma cut him off flatly. She did? You weren't listening. Trunks groaned. Figures. Goten pulled out his phone midair, eyes darting at the time. Well, that explains the noise. Cool robots, but I've got somewhere to be. Got a date. Can't blow it off. A date? Right now? Trunks snapped, exasperated. Hey, the city's safe. Those guys got it covered. Goten shot back with a grin. He gave a quick wave and rocketed off, leaving Trunks hovering awkwardly as the android patrol resumed its course. Great, Trunks muttered. Robots watching the city, Goten chasing girls, and me left here. Trunks trudged into Capsule Corp, shoving open the lab doors. Sparks flashed in the dim light. Bulma hunched over her half-finished suit as it hummed with energy. Mom, Trunks called, his voice sharp. You want to explain why Gamma and a bunch of mechs are flying patrol routes like they own the place? Bulma didn't even look up from her work. Oh, that? Dr. Hedo's program. 4 mechs led by Gamma 1, keeping West City safe. Efficient, dependable, no distractions. Trunks folded his arm. You realize that's supposed to be my job with Goten, right? The Saiyan men aren't exactly retired. Finally, Bulma lifted her visor just enough to glance at him. I know, sweetie, but you and Goten have school, dates, and hobbies. The Mechs don't. Bulma pulled off her visor, her tone softening. Besides, there's something more important for you now. You're graduating from Blue Hall. It's time you start thinking bigger. I want you to step up as president of Capsule Corp. Trunks nearly tripped over his own feet. What? I just finished high school. You want me to run the biggest company on Earth? With a smile, Bulma gestured at the humming machinery around her. It's not forever. Think of it as practice. If you hate it, we'll hire someone else. But if you take it on, it gives me more time to focus on, well, all of this. Trunks stared at the half-built suit on the platform, then back at her, his jaw tightening. Mom, I don't know if I'm the guy for that. I mean, sure, I've done board meetings with you before, but sitting in the office, signing papers, running numbers, that's not me. I'm a fighter. I'm supposed to be out there protecting people, not locked behind a desk. Bulma raised an eyebrow. Oh really? Because last I checked, your fighting mostly involves showing off with Goten until he ditches you for some girl. West City doesn't need another superhero in spandex. It needs someone who can actually lead. That's not fair, Trunks shot back, bristling. I've been training. I've been helping. Just because Goten's distracted doesn't mean I'm not serious. I know you're serious, Bulma replied, calmer but now firm. That's why I'm asking you. Being president isn't about giving up fighting. It's about proving you can do more than that. You've got the brains, the name, and the heart for it. Capsule Corp doesn't just need another executive, it needs you. Think of it as protecting the company the way you've protected the city. Trunks rubbed the back of his neck, conflicted. His eyes drifted back to the glowing prototype, its light flickering across his face. I don't know if I'd be good at this, he admitted through clenched teeth. But fine, I'll try it. Just don't expect me to start wearing a suit every day. Bulma grinned. That's my boy. You'll look great in a tie. Who knows, maybe you'll learn to love it more than battle armor. Trunks groaned and dragged a hand down his face, already regretting it. The Demon Realm sky crackled with red lightning as Goku and Vegeta, battered from days of brutal training, stood before the assembled Dragon Balls. The orbs pulsed with a sinister light, their demonic energy heavy enough to make even the air taste bitter. With a guttural chant, the great dragon Purunga rose, his serpentine form twisting into the void above. The Saiyans shouted their wish in unison. Tell us where Frieza is. Never translated it to ancient Namekian tongue. Purunga's eyes flared, and the answers echoed across the realm like a curse. Frieza's location revealed at last. As Purunga vanished back into the void, Goku and Vegeta turned to Neva and Elder Mori. The Demon Realm forest they had trained in loomed behind them, its branches dripping with shadows thicker than night. Neva crossed his arms, his tone steady. The forest tests more than strength. It drags demonic power out of you while smothering anything divine. Most mortals would have gone mad in minutes. Goku scratched the back of his head and laughed lightly. Vegeta scowled, arms folded tight across his chest. Lucky I was there to stop you, otherwise you'd have torn through the entire forest like some mindless beast. I guess I kinda did, huh? The memory clung to them both. The forest's twisted beast had been nothing. Mere warm-ups crushed with ease. But then came the nightmare, the shape without form, an inky void that slithered into their minds. Goku had lunged at it, only to have his will collapse under its manipulative whispers. His eyes had gone blank, fists slashing at everything in sight, even Vegeta. You nearly killed us both, Kakarot, Vegeta muttered through gritted teeth. With the training ground behind them, the two Saiyans returned to their ship. Elder Mori and Neba watched from the ridge as the vessel powered up. Few outsiders survived the forest, Mori said gravely. Fewer still walk away stronger. Those two are something else. Goku waved enthusiastically out the hatch, while Vegeta gave only a curt nod. Arms folded tight. The vessel cut across the Demon Realm sky, nose tilted toward the coordinates Purunga had given them. Inside the cockpit, the air was heavy. Somewhere out there, Frieza was waiting. Not as the tyrant they once knew, but as a god who had torn down Beerus and stolen his throne. The battlefield beneath the throne was little more than a graveyard. Blackened husks of cities clouded a sky thick with smoke, their spires shattered and burning. At the center floated Frieza, pristine as ever, not a fleck of ash daring to touch him. Around him, the twisted metal of his machines gleamed, their armor unscathed. The warriors of this world had hurled themselves into the fight with every ounce of pride they had left, yet not a scratch marked Frieza's army. Suspended before him, the king of the planet groaned weakly, his body bound by an invisible grip. Frieza raised a single finger, a thin crimson beam lancing downward, pressing into the king's chest like a cruel spotlight. You see, Frieza purred, his voice dripping mockery. Resistance isn't noble, it's boring. Watching you people fight back when you've already lost is positively embarrassing. The king's body quivered against the beam, flesh searing, his roar choking down to a whimper. Frieza tilted his head, feigning sympathy, then twisted his claw ever so slightly. The beam cut straight through, and in a blink the warrior king crumbled into dust, scattering through the choking wind. Frieza exhaled like an artist finishing a brushstroke. He basked in the silence, the weight of a culture annihilated in a single gesture. His golden eyes gleamed as he admired the desolation. Perfection. A cruel smile crossed his lips. And then he felt it. Two sparks, distant yet undeniable. The air itself seemed to shiver, the kind of pressure that only Saiyans carried with them. Frieza closed his eyes for just a moment, savoring the familiar taste of their ki. His smile widened. So, they've finally come.